Yesterday, I think it was, I was listening to a podcast from a couple of years ago, and it was I guess, hosts were talking to a brewer. He's head brewer owner of a restaurant brewery in another state, but he's known for some videos and some books he's put out. If you're not into brewing, you probably wouldn't even know the guy. And actually, many of the professional brewers I've talked to didn't even know him, but he's known for just showing people how to build a brewery with spare parts, basically. Anyway, so I only listened to a little bit of the podcast because it was 3 hours and he only talked for part of it. And I just didn't want to listen to the whole thing. Um, I only out of his section, I think I only listened to maybe 10 minutes of it, but I'll probably go back later and listen to more. So here's my point. There is something that I think one of the announcers said, and he kind of agreed with, and I fully agree with this. This goes back to my rant about when I said there's so many nanos opening up that don't know what the hell they're doing, but they figure just because that they've homebrewed for 2 weeks for 6 months, that must be the same as commercial brewing. I can do this, and it's nowhere near the same. Well, the point that they were making is that there are so many breweries opening up for people who think it's just a quick buck. Fully agree with that. A number of years back, I had a talk with a brewery owner he was very well known on a professional brewing site, and anybody could send him questions. He'd answer you about just about anything, really. Well, I had a private email conversation with him that lasted a few days. I still have the emails too, but no, I'm not sharing them with anybody. Uh, One thing he mentioned to me that still stands out to me all these years later, he said that there are so many people he's talked to that want to start a brewery that think it's roads to riches. They don't really have the money. They don't know what they're doing, but they go, man, everybody loves beer. They'll buy alcohol. If I could just come up with $50,000, $100,000, I could open a brewery and get rich. He said that was so common that these guys with no experience just think it's a road to wealth. That was something that was also in the podcast. The guys were talking about the number of nano breweries out there that are in their garage or just wherever. They're tiny breweries, and they really don't know that much about brewing, but figure it's the same as at home, and they figure they just want to make a quick buck. That was kind of what my rant was about. See, I said this in another rant as well, that every brewery, mostly nanos I've gone to, and I look at the reviews, they're all 4.5, 5 stars. Every single one of them. So they're all great, every one of them. And if I look at that same person reviewing a pizza place, a coffee shop, a restaurant, a flower shop, it doesn't matter. Some are 2 stars, some are 5 stars. They're all over the place. But if it's a bar, if it serves alcohol, 5 stars. Yeah, because many people just want liquor. They just want alcohol. They don't know anything about the quality. They want to get drunk, maybe, if they're young enough. They don't know what the hell it is, but they go, well, all my friends go in here and it's alcohol. And I've even been out with people before when I go, singles gatherings that would say the same thing. They go, well, it's all the same to me. Well, they have beer. Well, I guess the same thing could be said for McDonald's and an Angus steakhouse. It's all cow. What's the matter? It's all the same. No, it's not. I'm not even a foodie, and I know that's not the same damn thing. So, yeah, they were saying that there's just so many people that get into it just for the money. I fully agree. I don't think they're all that way, but I would not be surprised if at least, oh man, 80% of them are only in it because, of course, they had the money, or they were able to get funding, but they said, you know what, I'll bet you we could sell this beer and this beer and make a bunch of money out of it, no doubt. Not only did I have that one brewer say that, I also heard it during a podcast. I believe that. Yeah. Why is it that when people go to these breweries, these tap rooms, oh my God, they have liquor 5-star. But I went to this restaurant, this restaurant's 2-star, this is 1-star, this wasn't that good, that wasn't that good. Oh, but the bar, 5 stars. Well, the answer's obvious. They want liquor. That's all they care about. I'm actually honest in my reviews. If I think the place sucks, I'll say it. Yeah, not everybody's a beer snob like I am, but maybe it's just quality. If the place stinks, if the beer doesn't taste right, there's a problem with it. I'm not this person that's going to say, 5-star. I had some beer, 5-star. No. I've given many places 1 or 3 stars because the quality was bad. Really bad. And you don't have to be a brewer to know that. If you go for some, to a restaurant, and you pay, say, $20 for your plate, and the food's a little bit cold, and it's maybe not quite cooked properly, are you going to send it back? Okay, let's even say $15 plate. Chances are you're going to send it back and say, this isn't done right. But I guess it's different for alcohol because, when so many people just want liquor, they don't care. Interesting to hear some other people agree with me on that, yeah, so many brewers out there just go into it because they think it's the road to riches. They're going to make tons of money, and it shows in their shitty quality, in their bad beer, and their bad cleanliness. And what the final point I'm making, that'll be all. I've talked to quite a number of brewers that, of all ages, most of them have no formal experience, no schooling on it, didn't train under a brewmaster, nothing. They read a book, they said, they didn't hire a consultant, nothing. They go, you know what, I brewed at home for 2 years, I can figure this stuff out. Well, that's what I did for about 2 years before I was able to shadow with multiple professional brewers. Every one of them point out mistakes I was making, and some of those mistakes were what I learned from other brewers, from other home brewers. So, it's not the same. Not at all. Going pro is not the same as home. The equipment's different. The recipes are different. How you calculate them is different. The very basics is the same. But when I went from home to pro, briefly, it was so different. Most of what I learned at home didn't apply anymore. So just because you can homebrew doesn't mean you can go pro. You need some kind of mentoring, somebody to walk you through it all, to help you out a little bit, who's been there. Anyway, interesting to see that they agreed with me. I stand by my words. I think many of them open it up just because, open up a brewery because they think it's the road to wealth and they don't really know what they're doing. And I've had many I've talked to that just clearly their policies or practices, like, where did you get this from? This is terrible. You don't know what you're doing. I don't say that, but it's obvious in their product quality. All right, well, that's all I have for this rant.